Wait, hold on. You got to get your official man.
Please.
Kato Kaelin is wired up to. How much coffee did you?
This is El Natural.
It is?
Yeah.
This is how you wake up every day?
Every day, pretty much. So I didn't really sleep too much this weekend, but
he's actor, talk show host, America's infamous house guest. Wait, who wrote that?
infamous, please.
Kato Kaelin hosting a weekly sports-centric talk show called Sports Haters. You can find it at thesportshaters.com.
And Dish Network.
And
Sorry, can I say that here?
Yeah, well, you did.
Hey, DirecTV, I love you too. I have DirecTV, not legally.
We'll be
I get it, though.
we'll be working on that as we speak. Did you watch the game last night?
I sure did watch the game.
And did you have a party?
I did. I went to about 3 parties last night. I don't want to name drop Bill Maher, but it was super, super fun.
So
yeah, I did.
What goes on at Bill Maher's house?
It was just the party kind of started. It was Bill's birthday, so
oh, cool.
It was a.
Didn't he just turn 60?
He did.
Yeah.
You had the invite. You did,
but I couldn't go.
You should get on the list, man. It was. I told Bill. I said, Bill, you should be the new Hef, because Hef no longer is throwing parties.
Yeah.
And I thought that, and so Bill said, he never will get married. So I figured Bill Maher should be the new Hef.
What's the one house I want to go into?
While you're in L.A.
To live it up.
Well, it would have been Hef's, but now it's probably me. I'm throwing great parties.
Are you?
Yeah. I actually have people living behind my guest house. It's huge. I do. It's matter of fact, these guys want to hang out with me. I got Paul wanted me to go to the Super Bowl party yesterday.
Yeah.
And he said, Kato, do you want to come to this big party? It's just 10 guys and me. I said, wow, that sounds really tempting. I go, dude, 10 guys? No.
Wait, when's the first time? Did we meet Kato at Dimples?
Yeah, maybe
in Burbank.
We were out here for the Rose Bowl.
I remember that.
So the karaoke place.
The karaoke place. You got on stage. Don't tell me the song you sang. You sang, I know you're a big elf, in the ghetto.
Yeah.
You sang in the ghetto.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And his mama
and it
cried.
felt like we were actually there.
Yeah.
You are so good.
I think Britney Spears was there that night, too.
Yeah, it was shady.
Yeah.
It was shady. Everybody goes there. I've seen Jessica Simpson sing there. Dan Patrick sang there.
Well, they just closed up Dimples.
It's torn down.
Yeah, they're building condos.
Condos and a Whole Foods.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
You can shop at Whole Foods for a week or buy a new car. I've shopped there before. It's so expensive.
So how many celebrities there with Bill Maher? Is it all political talk?
It was no. It was all comic. It was just so much fun. It's just people that are hilarious. I don't. There was someone there that just did an interview with a very famous person there who we mentioned the name earlier, L. Someone. So it was just a great crowd.
But I thought everybody in L.A. name drops. Why are you not name dropping?
Well, it was at the first party. It was Sean Penn. I love Sean. It was downtown Julie Brown, who's a huge sports fan.
She started the whole media day left turn downtown Julie Brown
for Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
It was the Wabba Wabba, but she had I think it was it was the late Lawrence Taylor, right?
Oh, he's still alive.
He is.
Yeah. He just shows up late. He's not dead.
Oh, not the athlete, a different Lawrence Taylor. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, please. I remember her at the Super Bowl party for I've done 4 Super Bowls, and I think the party that she was at was Houston, and it was where Carolina actually lost that one too.
To the Patriots.
Yeah. I love sports. You know that, right?
Yeah.
My show is athletically incorrect.
Well,
Sports haters.
You're a Packer fan, aren't you?
I'm a diehard Packer fan. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter or not, but my father had 44 tickets to games when we were growing up as kids. So they used to play in Milwaukee also and Green Bay. Yeah. So it was 44. My dad had 2 restaurants. And what he did is he took all his friends on a bus. And as a kid growing up, I saw these people drinking brandy, which, is a huge, it's like water. They drink water in Milwaukee. It's just to surprise the liver. That's all they do. And so I saw this growing up, seeing my dad with these people having a great time, singing songs and going to Packer games during their terrible years. So I became really passionate about the Green Bay Packers. Vince Lombardi wrote my dad a letter. It was like, oh, my God. So when you're from Wisconsin, you really become passionate about your sports. And I get really upset when they do stupid things. And there's no loyalty.
Do they make you cry? Do they make you cry?
I do cry. I cried at the Super Bowl. I cried when the Packers in Seattle, when we had it, they said 7 things had to go wrong. The debacle.
The onside kick?
Well, the onside kick was one of the things, the 2-point conversion. It was it was really a depressing thing. That was one of the days I actually cried.
He's Kato Kaelin. You can find out more with his weekly sports-centric talk show called Sports Haters, thesportshaters.com. Are you watching the miniseries, the O.J. Simpson? Oh, you're commenting on, like, each show? Aren't you doing a running commentary?
Yeah, actually, what I'm doing is the New York Daily News called and said, would you do write a piece on the first episode? We'll give you the screener. So I wrote a piece on the first episode, and it went really well. So they said, do all 10. So I've seen what's going to happen up to episode 3 right now. So I've written them, and it'll air a week ahead of time. My articles come out. But the great thing was when I wrote the first one, then I wrote the second one. The USA Today put it on their lifestyle cover. And now all these people are asking me to do things to write for different periodicals. So I'm like, oh my God, this thing just turned into something incredible, a life of its own.
How factually correct is it?
I can only comment on my parts. I think they're getting a lot of things wrong. I can't comment on like the Kardashian stuff. They keep sprinkling in the Kardashians. And I think FX is smart to do that because Kim's got 40 million followers on Twitter. And I can see that they were not a big part of it. But FX is kind of using that. Now, the stuff with me, they got Billy Magnuson, who's a great actor, playing me. But the thing...
Oh, he's got to be a great actor to play you.
Thanks.
See? That's how...
Thanks for not being condescending. I love that. I love the way you said that. But his choice is that I'm a real surfer dude. And what he's doing everything as a surfer guy, I swear to you, I've never talked that way before. There's a scene where he goes to the door, the detectives come to the door.
When he's got his shirt off?
His shirt off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glad you looked at that, Dan.
Yeah.
So, he comes with his shirt off, and they said, who are you? He goes, well, I'm not an official person. And so it was like, Garth from Wayne's World is like the same casting for Kato. Why didn't you just use Garth? But like I said, he's a great actor. He's made his choices. I said his choice, he's doing his choice great, but it's the wrong choice as far as I think as me as a person. I'm not that surfer dude.
Is there anything about that time that you've never talked about?
No, I mean, I think it's coming out with it now. I think I'm writing in these articles, but no, I don't think so. I think I felt before, I've said on shows, I feel like OJ was guilty. I didn't prove it. The jury said he's innocent, so...
Did you help him out?
No, please.
After the fact?
You mean in the trial or
like anything after the fact?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Were you ever asked to?
Never. No. What I did is I never had a lawyer in my life. I had to hire a lawyer because I wanted to make sure I was doing everything correctly, and they said speak to both sides. I was a witness for the prosecution. I hope people know that.
Yeah.
I was much closer to Nicole, and I want people to know that too. So as far as the OJ thing is, it's no. They do scenes where I'm eating hamburgers, which I've never eaten a hamburger. It's chicken, but not red meat. But they do this whole thing of me eating and OJ saying, Kato knows everything. And if they look at the testimony in my transcripts, what I said was he had me in the kitchen saying, you know where I was, Kato. And I said, no, absolutely, I don't know where you were. So I think they did that scene, but they did it wrong. I think he was trying to get an alibi.
Did you see warning signs, though, on Nicole?
No, I used to live with Nicole, but I never saw the fighting. That was before I even met both of them. There's a 911 call that I had come late to, that I didn't see him doing it. But
is that when he was breaking down the door?
Yes, and I actually hammered the door back together. But I wasn't there. I came there after the fact that he had left. So
did he show that temper to you?
No.
Never.
Do I have to swear in?
Raise your right hand.
Hey, it's Dan Clark, Marcia's brother.
But you never saw that anger?
No, I didn't see the anger. Dan, the thing is, I grew up, like I said, in Milwaukee. I never saw my parents really fighting, and if they did, they always kissed. When they were together, I used to say, hey, you guys, make up. At least don't fight. And the thing is, the kids I was much closer to Sydney and Justin, so much so that they named a dog Kato. So it was, it's one of those situations. It was all about, I wasn't the house boy. I wasn't the pool boy with the whole jokes of me doing this thing. I was always working.
Why are we still fascinated with this?
It is. I said in these interviews, I said, this happened 20 years ago, and today it's a current event. It really is. It's a current event. It's the #1 show on FX, setting all the records. It's because people are fascinated. Look how many shows there are. There's those the SUV show. What am I thinking of? All the
SVU.
All the shows. Everything is crime related.
Yeah.
Blue Bloods and Person of Interest, or there's just everything. Crime does pay.
Obviously, 2 people lost their lives, but has this been good or bad for you?
You know what? It's all FX never got to the Browns or Goldman to tell them they're going to do a miniseries. I think it's horrible. Absolutely not. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible situation that someone else is making money.
They didn't give them a heads up at all.
They didn't give them a heads up at all. This was a thing that just came out. FX didn't give it up. And I wrote, actually, that I said that there is absolutely no winner in this. There is no winner. You ask the Browns or the Goldmans. The only winner is networks and making money. And that's it. So that's the big winner in the whole debacle of this. It's a terrible, terrible thing that happened.
Last time you talked to OJ?
Restroom, deposition.
How did that go?
I was so nervous I couldn't pee. I was next to him in the urinal, and he'd come in during the break. And he just say, hey, what's up? And I already have done about an hour and a half of deposition against him. That was the civil trial. And then I walked out, never seen him again.
Never reached out from prison?
No. I don't. It's a thing where that is so past my life 20 years ago, and I've moved forward, and I have nothing against anybody in the trial as far as like the prosecution, the defense. I don't want to see anybody, and the kids are adults now. I think it's a better thing that everybody kind of move forward.
It's great to see you. And maybe,
I'm not leaving, Dan Patrick.
Maybe next time.
I'm not leaving, Dan Patrick.
Next time, maybe we get to go to a party.
I would love to go to a party with you. I brought you some clothes, too.
I saw you. There's actually sweatpants where you can put a remote control. Fritzy, this is right up your alley, dude.
That sounds awesome.
So it's a remote control. It's called Slacker. Go to slackerwear.com. I got your robe so you can be the Hef in L.A. And I think Hef actually shops at Forever 81. But seriously, Dan,
oh, wow.
No. Hey, do they have sound effects here or not? We're going to have someone wake this guy up here on the left. He's been sleeping the entire time.
McLovin, yeah.
I want to talk to you about your crew.
McLovin is...
They're on fire.
By the way, it was kind of sad going to the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, when you went?
Yeah.
What year did you go?
I think you were 01.
Was that Michigan in the Rose Bowl?
Yeah, I think 02, 01.
They don't show nudity in the Playboy the magazine. Everything's changed real quick. They don't. The magazines stopped showing nudity.
Yeah. It was kind of sad going in there.
Oh yeah, it's. Listen, when he started doing the girls of the Big Ten, the girls of the Pac-12. When the issue was girls of the AARP, you knew something was up. When a girl's bra size 38 long. Hey, are we still on?
Kato Kaelin.
Dan Patrick.
Kato Kaelin.
Dan Patrick.
TheSportsHaters.com.
On Filmon.com also. Filmon.com, Sports Haters. I'm going to keep talking, Dan.
We'll be back. Kato will still be talking. This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I love this guy.